Not looking for nothing. I'm fine. No, I'm not giving my, because now she's back into the spirit because she don't feel comfortable being forward because of his forwardness. Then now she says, now you can hurry up and get out of here. Then she begins communing with herself. So then that's why if you were falling after the spirit, then the spirit will say, you stay covered under Christ, which covers you, and you got a meek and quiet spirit, which is under the spirit of Christ, who is your master, and then that way you can hear him when he speaks to you in your right ear. Because if you're speaking in the left ear, then that's those going after the flesh. They on the left. The spirit speaks through our right ear, where Christ is, on the right hand side. So that's all that's happening. It's just the response to whatever manifestation is showing. Sometimes when I think I look good too, men do respond. But when you're invisible and you're not thinking about that, then don't nobody say nothing to you. Because they can't see you. They can't see you. But when they can see you, the Bible says keep ourselves unspotted from the world. When they can't see you, they ain't got nothing to say. It'll be a quiet ride. Right, you better hurry up and get out of here. That's when you know that, because they can't see nothing. And then whatever they say, then you're responding with life, because you know who you are that day. Okay, I know I'm not up for foolishness today. When they talk to you, you can hear crystal clear. And then when you respond, you're responding with life words. You're not playing with no spirit. They can't get in because everything's blocked by the angels. And you just driving them to their destination. You have a wonderful day, and they get out. You pray over your car when they get out. Next one come in, we ready. Then when they get in, it's on assignment. We on assignment. Christ on the passenger side. Well, actually, he driving. I'm driving in him. He got the wheel. He got my mind. He got my heart, my soul, my will. He got everything. My attitude. I know. That's where it got to be. And you'll feel good because I'm walking in him. I'm in Christ Jesus. I ain't got to worry about when you get out the car. It's just something strange. No, you'll be on post. I'm in the spirit, standing up straight, knowing what's going on, in and out, front and back seat. You have a good day. They know when you ain't playing with them. Or when you be batting and smiling, and they be like, "Ooh, she easy." Hey, what's your name? Trying to pick you up. Then you say, no. Someone come to you and say, no, I'm not saying nothing to him in that kind of tone. When you don't give them nothing to feed on, they can't eat. Satan eats flesh. Always remember that. Dust. Eat dust. And our flesh is dust. So we can't give him nothing to eat. He hungry. That's why he looking. You're not hungry. Because you got the word of God. And he said, if any man hunger, let him come after me. If you thirst, then you believe on me. You ain't got to be hungry and thirsty when you got Jesus Christ. It's okay to look nice, but then at the same time, they can know if you looking nice to get something, or if you just a nice looking woman. You can't help it if you're a nice looking woman. But are you looking nice to get something or somebody? Because if you are, then they're going to try to give you them.
No, to be honest with you, when I was in Atlanta, them girls that do Uber, the ones that do it as a second time, a part time, a second job, they used to have a lace fronts done, and their cars used to be pretty and clean, And they used to be like, yeah, I just do this for, you know, when I get off my main job, you know, I do this and just for a couple of hours so I go home or while my kids, you know, doing whatever, they would be doing it. And so I always admired that. And I said, when I started doing it, I want to look pretty doing Uber like they used to do. And have,
look pretty.
and have my hair done and my eyebrows and all of that. But, you know, the rides though, that's another subject. I ain't finna get into all that, but I always that's what it was. I just always wanted to look pretty doing it. And I ain't got no boyfriend, but I don't ever get boyfriend material that get in my rides. Uber got my account flagged.
But probably the type of man he don't ride Ubers.
Right.
You know, that's probably beneath him. He probably don't ride Ubers.
Exactly. Somebody else.
And
I told another lady that. I said rich men really don't ride Ubers unless they have absolutely no other choice, and they don't always gonna have another choice.
Mhm. And if you're looking for him to get in an Uber, he probably owned a fleet of cars. And you're looking for someone to get in Uber. So then you're taking yourself down to Uber level because you're driving Uber. So you think he matches that. When really you're probably above the Uber.
Yeah, I don't think my guy is gonna be Uber. If he got in an Uber, it would only be to see me. It would not be to really get in an Uber.
Like from one place to the next.
Yeah, he would never. No, he don't do Ubers. And I said that. I told one girl that. I said I don't really, you know, men with money don't do Ubers. They have drivers.
Yeah, they have drivers.
Yeah. Now, every now and again, you might get a man with money. He might not be rich, but he might got money, and he might do a Uber.
And
but
he may just to keep people out of his business.
But at the end of the day, I done paid attention to a lot of people that got money. They might not be rich, but they got money, and I done paid attention to a lot of stuff they say, and as far as like just different things. And like I said, number one, they don't do Ubers. They have drivers or driver service. So even they might be okay and might be going to an executive business meeting and they might just got money. But people with money that like live in Westlake, they have drivers. They have a personal driver, but they don't do Uber. Like you said, that's beneath them.
For an Uber, it probably is, but it depends on what you're desiring. See, that would be one of the things. Are you desiring to go in and see the king? Or are you wanting just the keeper of the women? You got to know which one you trying to go see, because if you're trying to go see the king, then you're going to just receive from the king, the keeper of the women, and just get what he got to give you to cause you to go in to see the king. That's just the keeper of the women, but he don't have nothing to do with it. You already going to see the king if that's what your desire is. You're in the running, so you got to know you're in the running to go see him. But
honey, when he see me, he gonna say that's everything. That's her. Who is it? I'm serious.
This might be Chris.
Who is that?
I say his name just might be Chris. You're just Crystal. But what if his name is Chris? Would you recognize him?
If I see him, I'll know him. I knew Ketchup. I knew Ketchup.
You didn't know, because if you knew him, you would have done him, but you don't know him. You didn't know him. You just was attracted to him.
Ketchup will tell you. I told him. I told Ketchup when I seen him. Oh, me and you we gonna be married. Not like the first time I talked to him. Ketchup will tell you. After I talked to him a little while, I told him, Ketchup, I seen we was married. And he said, I already know. And I
So
said,
then apparently y'all didn't see what it was that you were supposed to see. Maybe it was y'all desire to be married and you acted on that. But if it was God's will that you be married, you still would be.
that's when I go back. That's when I go back to saying what I said. If we did, if let's just let explore that thought. If God had us to separate, because I also told Ketchup in 2017, I woke up and said, Ketchup, I seen me and you was going through a obstacle course. And if we don't do this right, we ain't gonna make it together. And I said, we gonna go through something real hard. I don't know what it is, but it's gonna be hard. And we ain't gonna be, and we not gonna make it if we don't put God first. And here it is, we separated, and we still talk.
So you're saying you didn't put God first?
I'm definitely saying that. I'm definitely saying that. And Ketchup say the same thing.
Well, if you believe in that, so when you saw the obstacle course, then that would have been the time to pray concerning that obstacle course.
I told Ketchup that, but I don't think at that time he was probably aggravated with me and probably didn't, and I was aggravated with him, and he probably said, well, bring it on. How soon is it coming?
Okay, so you had gotten on his nerves.
And yeah, I think we were both.
Because you was talking too much.
Yeah, I was definitely talking too much.
Was coming off as you knew the spirit better than him, which turned him off.
No, I was trying to dictate his career.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of
just be quiet, whatever the Lord showed you, even in a dream, you would have just wrote it down.
Yes.
Like the lady told Pilate.
Yes.
She said, I had a dream last night about that thing.
Yes. See, and that's what I took. That's what I did wrong. I took what the women did in the movie, and I thought that you go and you tell him what God said. No. I wasn't supposed to do that. I wasn't supposed to do that. I was supposed to let.
I believe God would have shown him too.
He did. He told me that what you saying, I already seen it. But would you please let him tell me?
Oh.
He did.
Oh.
Sheep.
See, you gotta know how to hold it, fold it, and know when to walk away. You have to know when to hold your tongue. Even if you know, you can't say it. You got to know how to be quiet and walk with fear, because you don't want to release something and get him upset. Then he walk out. Then now you got to go through the obstacle course, because you are the one that caused the start of it up. And even though he said, I seen it, but because you said it first, now you have it, because you the one said it.
Yeah, he did. That's why he.
Because men want to be first in everything, and they are. And they don't like to feel like they're following a woman. Like, oh, she did
yeah.
this, we gonna go through an obstacle course. Okay.
Right.
Okay, so you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been seeing it.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you're in a tug of war. You're in a tug of war power struggle.
Mm-hmm. Cause that's.
So now you gotta wait till that comes to an end. I know what it's like to wait till it comes to an end. You gotta wait till it die out. You don't know how long you're gonna have to wait till they come back around.
But it's
That's
with
if you believe in it. But if you don't believe in it, then that's totally up to you too. But if you believe in that, you can't be looking for this. If you believe in that, that I just believe that he has something for us, then you will wait it out. And you will walk with grace, with God, through Christ, and you will be seen as a kept woman. Not as a woman wanting a husband, not a wanting woman, but a married woman. And where's her husband? He's on the other side over there, but see, he said he know we in an obstacle course. Now, either he don't believe what he's saying, then you would need to ask him, are you releasing me? Then you will know. If he says yes, then you can go ahead about your life. But he has to tell the truth. That's the only way, because the Bible says if the unbelieving depart, let him go. If he left you, let him go. It ain't no holding on. But if you're saying, I just think I keep going back to this part about obstacle course, then you're being confused about a dream. But the Word of God says if you have a dream, tell it as a dream, and that's that.
mhm.
So if you told him the dream and he said, I know I had the dream, then either he don't want it and he has to let you know because it's unfair. Are you all already divorced?
Mhm.
Okay, then he didn't want it. Then it's nothing to wait on. It's nothing to wait on. Then all you would do is get ready to go in and see the king for yourself. It doesn't matter about him anymore. I wouldn't call him anymore. I wouldn't lust for him anymore. I wouldn't long for him anymore. I wouldn't yearn for him anymore. I wouldn't care about how his life is going because the life has been severed. It ain't no more one. It's just like with George. I'm glad he didn't speak to me in the place. I didn't speak to him. He probably was glad because he said at least you did what the Spirit had you do. He was wise enough to say that. And he said, I wish you well. I wish you well too. He was happy. So was I. If he's married, fine. I'm not missing anything. But I told the Lord, I admire him. I admire his humble spirit. And I want my spirit to be humble too. So I learned from him. And then he learned from me. Now, let each other go and walk in love, and that's it. So now what am I going to do? I want to go and get a makeover and my haircut and a nice suit and go and talk to women. That's what I desire to do. And I don't know why it's taking me so long to do it. I mean, I've been talking to them online, but I'm ready to be seen. I'm ready to come out of hiding. I want to do that, and that's what I'm going to do. People in Georgia didn't receive me, so I shook the dust off my feet, and now I'm in North Augusta, and we're going to try it over here and see what's going on.
Mhm.
But I'm not going to try to do it all pretty. I'm just going to do it simple. Just get yourself looking nice, and I want to get my face and stuff done and all. Take me one media picture. You don't need all of those things. And write up the write-up, get a website done. I read all of what I'm supposed to do. And some of what I did see, the Lord showed me, I didn't do it, but he was right. My book, it brought up, that's the hub of everything. And I had it right, but I didn't trust myself or believe in me. Each chapter, you take that's a podcast. I said, oh Lord, you told me that.
I did too.
And I read it, and then when I read it, I was like, I had it up there. And I said, I have to start trusting my inside. Because
See,
I was
I'm
like,
gonna tell you right quick how that when I get ideas like that, And then I do, because I told, I sit there and question. But the Lord told me, my children know my voice and they know the wisdom. But sometimes your flesh will be shocked by the wisdom because you still flesh. So you'll be shocked by, wow. So I would go and Google and see. And when I would do it, and them people would say, how did you come up with something so smart? And I would be like, oh, that really sounds smart. Oh, nobody else would think to do that. Cause when I be doing my live, like on education and stuff like that, people be saying that is so smart. You right. Kids should not be going to school like they are anymore. And I'll be like, yeah, they need to learn in the environment because it teaches them more and they're better prepared for jobs. And they're ready because they're already getting acclimated to work, what it feels like to work and this, that, and the other. So they be ready. And they be like, yeah, who told you that? The Lord. The Lord. You know, because I be out here working in the environment. So the wisdom that you're getting comes from the Lord. So that wisdom, when you go and look at it and look at somebody else and just tell it to somebody else, they'll say, wow, how did you get that, the Lord? And then and you'll hear it because it'll bear witness with.
Right.
Yeah.
I just never, when I begin to write it down, and the website is what I have to create myself, but I'm gonna have it created. And it was like your book is the hub of your content, and you need a website. That book is the hub of your website. And I said, wow. So then it said, take your chapters, and that is what you're going to build your podcast around. And I said, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I was so excited. And you're going to talk about the heart of our relationship. We're going to talk about it. I had started this on TikTok and stopped it. And then time to become one. Let's talk about it. And just like how you're saying those 10-minute or 5-minute segments, time to become one. You go into it. I've been listening to 88.3, how they come into a podcast. They talk a little bit about it, and now let's, for the next 30 minutes, go in and talk to Brother Sandell, whoever he is, about how to do this. And then, so that's how your podcast will start off. Taste, and then what we're going to talk about, how long it's going to be, and who's going to talk. I said, thank you.
And then you'll be surprised. Joyce Meyer said last night on TV, and cause see, I listen to them because they done already made it.
They're out there.
And they give you the cheat sheets to all this stuff if you listen, especially TD Jakes. And so she said when I started doing this, she said now that lady done wrote over 100.
You be talking like her.
That lady.
She has her mouth still closed and talking.
I listened to her. I listened to her last night. She said that lady done wrote 170 some books. And
secret to the right. I know.
I'm gonna tell you what, and I'm gonna
be here and learn how to write the book.
Girl, she said, with all that money, listen to what this lady said. With all that money, and she white, so you know she know what she talking about. She said, a company is not going to publish your book if you don't have a promise attached to it. And she said, they will not. And she said, and furthermore, they're not going to publish content that's about obedience, about stuff like that. She said, so I have to sneak it in and get in what God wants me to say. Because if you say, she said, if you come out with a title like being obedient to the will of God, she said they're not gonna publish it. And she said, and it's not gonna sell well either. So she said you have to put that underneath the topic, under a promise. Yeah. She said it gotta go under a promise. And so I said, wow. So I was listening to her, and she said, yeah, she said, my books that I really wanted, she said, just like you, it's stuff I really want to say. And I can't say it. They won't publish it for me. And see, she got a contract, so she have to see how God to give her the wisdom to say what she want to say. Now, some people might say, well, I wouldn't be writing with them. No, you can't say you won't be writing with him, because that's just the way of the world. Like you said, you call 88.3, and they said, yeah, that's not, something we want to do. So then you have to go back and say, okay, well, what other way can I say it and still get my way across? Because that's what Joyce Meyer said she did. So even though when you said earlier today, you said the lady said, we want a little bit more of this. She said, Joyce Meyer said the same thing. And she said, and she went and told them, well, okay, I'm going to come back. And she said she went back, and she said she talked to the Lord, and she said she tried it again. And look at the books that she done did. She just went back and changed it, instead of it putting it on the front of the book, it's in the inside. And she said, and they told her that people are not going to buy anything that they don't have a promise to, that you promising them that at the end of this book, you're going to be able to be like this.
Yes, right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's what's going to make them pick it up, because they're going to feel like they're getting something. She said everybody want to feel like they getting something out the deal. And I said, wow, that is so true. And it is. So when you putting that together, you give them something and put your title together. What was the title you said? You got a right to fight.
No, it's about my book, One Flesh.
Oh, okay.
And that's what I wanted to do. But in that, you got a right to fight is basically something that I was doing on the side. But I don't have to keep starting these new projects. I can include, that is inclusive of what I'm already doing. So
yeah.
That's what, I just don't want to keep starting all of these things. You got to take what you already got and make it go. Because I'm already doing it. It's already done. So that's what I came up with. I said, thank the Lord, he showed me. It was already done. You take those podcasts, and this man wrote me and said, tell me in 2 sentences or more, what is your business about? What is wedding solutions or marriage solutions about? Because I had something out there,